and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. I'm blown away by the amount of new subscribers. Thank you very much, guys. If you're new to the channel, you just surfing through YouTube and you come across the channel, sit back, watch and enjoy it. This is going to be a crazy one. Okay, very easy but very crazy. If you're regular here, guys, I feel the love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. So what happened was I was going to make a wizard's tower. Okay, now I got this crazy device. Okay, it's for bits of not baling twine, but bits of plastic to wrap, baled cardboard. Okay, so I was going to make a wizard tower. Now this, for me, isn't high enough and isn't wide enough. I mean, it's not that much difference to a jar. Okay, so you can see it. There's not much difference in it. There's not much, not much difference in the height. So, I started filming the intro yesterday and everything else, and I was going to make it on a piece of expanding foam board, like use that as the base for the piece of terrain. I've drawn everything out. I've drawn everything out. I don't know if I'm making this out. Look, pathway coming in, and I drew it all out. And what happened was I was filming the intro and just doing what I'm doing now, to talk about it, and it started hammering rain, absolutely hammering rain. So I tried to carry on and couldn't hear nothing because it was just rained so heavy, about half an hour for 5 minutes, absolutely heavy. So I had to delete that footage because you couldn't hear nothing. And it's getting late then, so I said, okay, I was just sort of in a huff, I wanted to get bits done, and the weather's just, you can't hear me, and so I was there thinking about it, and I wasn't happy with this piece as well. Like, I was going to build the wizard tower, but I wasn't quite happy with the size of it. I mean, you could use a Pringles, jar, or a stacker jar, whatever you want to call them. Again, it's not wide enough, so I was there humming and ahhing, and I came up with an insane, crazy idea. I was given a sheet of Kingspan. Okay, some of you are going to go, what? Yeah, I was given a sheet of Kingspan. There are only two problems with the sheet. One, it wasn't stored flat, so there's a little warp on it. So I've turned it around to try and warp it the other way, so it sort of straightens itself up. The other problem is it's still got the silver paper on it, so I had to peel it off first. But this is my first time using Kingspan. Okay, I'm excited to use it. It's the first time using it, and I'm actually going to go for. It's going to be a wizard's building. Okay, it's brief description of what I'm aiming for. It's going to be a wizard's building, but the top part where the wizard would be is going to be elevated, and the other bits are going to be slightly elevated but lower down, so they're going to look like steps. Okay, that's what I'm aiming for. But I'm going to do it in a way that the building looks like it's not exploded, but it looks like it's warping away because of the magic that the wizard's doing. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay, so guys, first thing I'm going to do is cut some Kingspan down and get on with that. So guys, sit back, I'll see you in a second. Right, so I've removed the silver paper from the pieces that I want to use. Okay, if anyone knows an easy way to get that paper off, try to comment below, let me know, because that was very time consuming, very pain in the backside. Getting a little bit corner and just slowly peeling it, rips, getting a little corner. So if you know an easier way of taking the paper off, so comment below and let me know, please, guys, because it's the first time using Kingspan, so I'm not too sure. Now I'm going to get on with dry fitting a few bits and getting out pieces that I need. So guys, I'll see you in a second. Right, so part of this build is going to be it's going to need a flying stand. Okay, so if you haven't seen how I made the quick and easy flying stands, go back and have a look, guys, because it's so simple and so easy. So you get a pen, take the lid off, get your clippers, and what you want to do is pinch the end, not where the ink comes out, okay, but just between that and just pull it out. Okay, so that in the bin. Right, then grab the other end, pull that out. Okay, now what we have is a flying stand. Just needs cutting down to the size we need. So I'm actually, here's where I'm at so far with this. I haven't glued anything down. Okay, so I've got steps coming in, steps coming up. Okay, this is going to be something insane which I'm going to show you, but I'm going to put some flying stand under here just to support the weight of this so it doesn't tip back. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with it, guys, and I'll see you in a minute. So I've undercoated, I've given them a spray with the underspray, okay, on the underneath, because I thought, before I get too carried away, let me give it an underspray. What I'll do when that's dry, which will probably be tomorrow, is I'll get a bit of black paint and I'll go over. Now some of you are going to say, oh yeah, but it's XPF foam, you know, Kingspan, whatever. You have to Mod Podge it. The underspray is PVA glue, water, black paint, blue ink, blue paint, you know, whatever bits and pieces of paint I've left over. Give it a good shake in a squeezy bottle, and when you spray it, it gets into all the bits and pieces. Now, when that's dry, I can get a brush and just give it a quick once over with black paint, and it will seal it even more. And then just do the sides, and then I can flip it over and I can hot glue all that together. So whilst I'm waiting for that, I've decided that I'm going to need some of these, not the cobwebs, some of these from this, the fail. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the blade and I'm going to cut all these bricks off. Okay, if this is from the failed bridge build. Now basically with this, I made the base for it and I didn't give enough run onto the bridge. It's a great idea, and you know, nice and easy to do. And the video that came from was the expanding foam prep video. That's had, you know, so many views on it, and I'll be doing another expanding foam video soon because of a few more ideas. But this sort of just messed up, and you know, I kept accidentally activating the PVA glue underneath, and it kept, you know, messing around and getting all wet again, and so I called it a fail, and that was that. So I'm going to cut these bricks off. Bear with me a second. Now, sorry, bouncy camera because I'm cutting on the table. Sorry, I do apologize about that. Yeah, that still could be useful for something. Okay, got the bricks from it. So I'm going to start working away, and I'll see you in a minute, guys. So here where we are. Okay, I've hot glued it all together. It's got an undercoat black on top of it. There's a central pillar coming out. And here, let's see the flying stands. A bit too close. Okay, right, a bit hot glue sitting there. I'll cut that off afterwards. But you can see already this piece is where I've messed up, because it comes up at a slight angle. It's not a big issue. Now, I didn't want to use Filamix on this, okay? But looking at some of the joins over here where it meets the base, I might have to, just to run along there. I'm not sure yet. I don't really want to. I'm going to try and get away without using Filamix on this build. But if I have to, then I'll bring everything up to the Filamix stage and then just Filamix it off camera, and you'll come back and it'll be done. Now, in case I have to do that, I've put these flying stands, okay, on the edge here, in the corner. Not only does it get a nice support, okay, but also, if I have to Filamix it, I can then masking tape it a lot easier and take it off a lot easier. So I'm going to crack on with it, guys, because there's still, next stage now is to put bricks all along the side here. All right, I'll see you in a second, guys. Okay, guys, so I need to cut my bricks. So what I've done is, I've cut them all into strips. Okay, just as you can see, the angle there's an off-cut piece. I just cut them all into strips. I laid them all down. I've got two different pieces of tinfoil of different sort of shapes and holding on pieces. I used one piece to mark every single piece going through. Okay, as you can see, look, there's some nice piece on there. What I did then is I turned them all over and did the same again with the other piece. So both sides are going to be textured and they're different. It's not the same piece going over and over and over. and then all you do is cut into bricks. Okay, and back to it, guys. See you in a minute. Here we are so far, guys. And some of you know, what the hell? So there's bricks along the side here. So if the lighting's a bit off because I'm on the other side of the room. Okay, it's twisting bricks out. Twisting bricks out again. Okay. More over here, just going straight up. This is a pain in the ass piece to do. And some of you say, why is it bouncing? Right, I used some floral wire. Okay. As you can see, this one's all rusty and horrible. So what I had to do is get a bit of fine grit sandpaper and just, you know, give it a little sand down. I snipped the piece I need, pushed it in and twisted the end, or pushed it in and, you know, had it all twisted up beforehand, and then put a bit of hot glue on a brick, pushed it into the rod and run it down again and again, and just kept doing it. And then what I did was, if there was any bit where the wire was exposed, and then cut another brick and just glue, well, I didn't cut another brick, I grabbed another brick and just glued it over the top to hide the wire. So here's where we're at so far. I need to do the floor next, and this floor. Yeah, I don't want a filler mix. I want to try and avoid filler mix on this build. I want to, I was thinking about making like chess board pieces to go on here. Maybe doing different heights and different, you know, because everything's warping away because of what the wizard's doing. But I'm not sure on that yet. That's a lot of work to try and get under there. Okay, I'm not sure about that yet. But there's where I'm at. This is probably going to be a 2-part video, so this is probably part 1. But I'll sort that out in a minute. Anyway, guys, see you in a bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top part of the floor on the first one. So what I've done is I measured it out roughly. It's 11 inches by 8 3/4 of an inch. So what I've done is I've 11 inches by 8 inches. Okay, and as you can see, 1 inch intervals. I've done a little mark. There's on a line. Okay, so all I need to do now is do a line coming across to give me 1 inch squares. Now why am I doing like this? The other way to do it is take a model, put it down and draw around it, the base, then move it along, do the same again, all the way along, all the way up. That's time consuming, but you can do it that way. The problem for me is it starts getting a bit bandy off. Now when it gets weird and starts warping off a different way, it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to cut these out anyway and you know, damage them here and there, and so I can glue them on there. But what I want to do first of all is have a big grid that I can have, you know, so I know that's going to be the floor, but draw some sort of mad pattern in here. So then when I cut it out and start applying it to the build, the pattern, I can actually cut slivers off of it. So when I glue it to the board, it's already engraved in the floor. Okay, that's the idea. So I thought I'd show you this first before you go, oh, how did you do that? Guys, so I'm going to crack on with it. See you in a second. I'm not 100% happy with it at the moment, but sorry, press the camera. Stop. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I've done the grid reference, the grid, you know, grid squares. I've done a little design in the middle there, and you know, as you can see, I'm still, I'm in a freehand drawed it, so I'm still contemplating. I might stretch it out across 4 squares, and then do something in the middle, because I wanted to do like a mouth or something in the middle. I'm not sure yet, but that's where I'm at with that anyway. The plan would then be to, when I cut these squares out, start adding them to the build one by one, and then as soon as I come to a part like where the rod's sticking out of the ground, I can then cut the piece out of the board so it goes around the rod. And when it comes to these pieces, I'll cut the tile out, so it gives, I don't know, I'll probably cut the tile out and keep the bit I cut off to glue there, and then actually have this cut out as well, so it just gives it a more three-dimensional, you know, view. We're getting there. See you in a minute. Right, as you just saw, cut all the tiles, put them down, painstakingly cut out the symbol, pain in the hole, but it's worth it, well worth it afterwards. Now there's little fluffy bits, you see that? So you get some fine grit sandpaper, you just work your way in and slowly just try and get rid of little fluffy bits without damaging the piece itself. This is the finicky pain in the backside piece, like bits do, but it's worth it. Now when I've done that, I'm going to do the rest off camera. When I've done that, I'll glue it into place and then I'll show you some pretty pictures. Okay, where we are so far. See you in a minute, guys. Right, you ready? It's all tiled. Now see, this is why I undercoated this black first of all, so when I put these on top, if I can't get the brush in between them, it's already undercoated black, so that's not a problem. The PVA glue obviously will dry clear. There's a symbol. Now what I did, you see there's still a few fluffy bits on it, but that's not a big issue, because when it's painted, if they say this bit here is still noticeable, I can put a little flock there, it's not a problem. I've scored a few marks into it, so when I dry brush it, it's going to be, you know, now I need some help with this, guys, because I had an idea for the energy ball to be made of tin foil, but I come across something in the house at the moment. We're doing a revamp, if you like, just moving stuff around and changing, tidying things up a bit. And what do you think about that? It's not glued on there, it's just sort of semi-screwed on there. Okay, chunk comment below and let me know what you think, because obviously this is going to be a two-part. There's still too much to do on this. So like for example down here, I don't want a filler mix, but I'm thinking of getting pieces of like this, off-cut pieces, and just shaping them and just making like, I don't know, sort of like blocks, not blocks, but like sort of like slate type thing. So guys, anyway, I'll see you in a second. Right, so what do you think, guys? Hope you like it. I'm on time restraint this week, so I need to wait for that to dry and then do everything else, and by the time I actually get around to it again, next couple of days, it's going to be time for this to be uploaded already. Now, before someone asks me, this is actually from a chest of drawers. It's the little handle bit that goes on and screws into the screw, so you can pull the drawers open. Found a few of them loose around the place. Don't know why, but they are. So I said, oh, I have an idea for that. So there's still a lot more for me to do to this, and a lot more crazy ideas. So this is part one. Part two will be coming next week. If you like this video, guys, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next week. Take it easy, guys.